For centuries, this land has stood as a bridge between worlds, a territory of deep contrasts where the geography itself seemed to demand the convergence of different civilizations. You watch the sun dip below the horizon, casting long, amber shadows over ancient stone, and you realize that this is not just a destination. It is a living, breathing archive of human history. Beyond the familiar images of sun-drenched beaches and lively plazas, there lies a quieter, more complex reality. It is a story written in the silence of high mountain passes, in the dry, sun-baked plains of the interior, and in the faces of people whose lives are shaped by a deep sense of place. You came here not to tick boxes on a map, but to listen, to observe, and to understand how a nation can be so fiercely diverse, yet bound together by a single, enduring spirit. The journey begins not with a sudden revelation, but with a quiet step into the landscape. Stretching across the southwest peninsula of Europe, this territory is defined by its isolation and its openness. Surrounded by the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean to the north and west, and the deep blue of the Mediterranean Sea to the east, it is a land almost entirely cut off from the rest of the continent by the rugged barrier of the Pyrenees. Yet, its southern tip lies only 9 miles from the coast of Africa. This unique positioning has made it a perpetual crossroads, a gateway through which migration, trade, and ideas have flowed for thousands of years. As you travel through the geography of this country, you begin to grasp its sheer scale and variation. At its heart lies a massive central plateau, the Meseta Central, a high, sun-baked tableland surrounded by mountain ranges that isolate regional basins. To the northeast, the fertile valley of the Ebro River flows toward the Mediterranean, while to the southwest, the Guadalquivir River opens up a wide, rich plain that has supported agriculture since antiquity. You observe how the major urban centers have grown in response to these geographical features. The capital sits almost precisely in the geographic center, rising from the high plains as a monument to political will, while the ancient coastal cities like Barcelona, Valencia, and Cadiz look outward, their histories deeply intertwined with maritime trade and foreign contact. You realize that this land was never destined to be uniform. Its physical geography naturally divided it into distinct realms, ensuring that any culture taking root here would have to adapt to wildly different environments. To truly understand this land, you must allow yourself to be shaped by its climates, which vary so drastically that you might feel as though you are crossing entire continents in a single afternoon. In the far north, in regions like Galicia and Asturias, you find yourself wrapped in a cool, damp mist. Here, the Atlantic winds bring constant rain, nursing dense, emerald green forests of oak and beech that cascade down to dramatic, rocky fjords. This is a maritime world, where the air is thick with salt and the temperature remains mild and constant throughout the year. Yet, as you cross the Cantabrian Mountains, the green fades rapidly into the golden-brown expanse of the interior plateau. Here, the climate becomes continental and unforgiving, characterized by winters that freeze the stone of ancient villages and summers that bake the earth under an uncompromising sun. Further south, the landscape transforms once more. In Andalusia, you enter a Mediterranean realm where olive groves stretch to the horizon like a silver-green sea. The air here is dry and warm, carrying the scent of wild rosemary and baked clay. In the far southeastern corner, you encounter Europe's only true desert, Tabernas, a stark, beautiful wasteland of sandstone ravines and dust. And yet, even within this dryness, life thrives. In the Sierra Nevada, snow lingers on high peaks, while subtropical fruits ripen in the coastal valleys below. This extreme ecological diversity has created unique sanctuaries for wildlife. In the quiet, Mediterranean forests, the elusive Iberian lynx, one of the rarest wild cats on Earth, stalks through the scrubwood, while golden eagles drift silently over the high limestone crags. To witness the changing seasons here is to watch a slow, cyclical transformation. The dramatic spring flowerings in the mountain valleys, the quiet, dry stillness of midsummer, and the golden, smoky autumns that signal the harvest of the vineyards. As you move through the towns and villages, you begin to observe that culture here is not preserved behind glass in museums. It is lived openly on the streets, woven into the fabric of daily encounters. You hear it in the rhythm of the music. In the southern caverns, the deep, mournful strains of flamenco echo off whitewashed walls. This is not merely a performance for tourists. It is a raw, emotional language of survival, a fusion of Romani, Moorish, and Jewish heritage that expresses both deep suffering and unyielding joy. You watch the dancers' feet strike the wooden floor with a fierce, percussive intensity, and you feel the weight of centuries of cultural synthesis. This synthesis is equally present in the architecture. You stand before buildings where Islamic geometric tilework blends seamlessly with Christian Gothic arches, a style known as mudéjar. It is a physical reminder of a time when scholars of different faiths translated ancient texts side by side, creating a brilliant light of knowledge during Europe's darkest ages. But perhaps the most intimate way you experience this culture is through its relationship with food. Eating here is a slow, sacred ritual of connection. You sit in a crowded tavern in the late evening, watching friends share tapas, small plates of food designed to be savored slowly over conversation. There is a profound respect for the raw ingredients of the land. You taste the rich, earthy depth of cured Iberian ham, salted by the sea breeze and flavored by the acorns of ancient oak forests. You smell the rich, yellow hue of saffron-scented rice cooking over an open fire, and the bitter, fruity aroma of freshly pressed olive oil, which flows through almost every dish. Here, cuisine is an oral history of the land, preserving the Roman love for wine, the Moorish introduction of almonds, citrus, and spices, and the post-Columbus embrace of tomatoes and peppers from the New World. It is a sensory reminder that identity is not static. It is something nurtured, seasoned, and shared over generations. To understand the people who call this peninsula home, you must adjust your own internal clock and step into a different rhythm of life. Modern speed is gently resisted here. Indeed, there is a deep-seated belief that time is a resource to be enjoyed, not merely managed. You observe this most clearly in the late afternoon. As the heat of the day peaks, a quiet settles over the smaller towns. It is not a sign of laziness, but a sensible pause, a historical adaptation to the midday sun. Then, as the sun dips below the horizon, the streets suddenly come alive. Families, from toddlers to great-grandparents, emerge for the paseo, a slow, evening stroll through the town square. The plaza is the true living room of the community. You watch elderly men sit on stone benches, debating politics with animated gestures, while children play nearby. There is a profound warmth and physical closeness in their interactions. Hands are held, shoulders are patted, and conversations are carried out with an open, expressive sincerity. This sense of community is anchored by strong family ties, which remain the bedrock of society despite the rapid modernization of recent decades. Yet, beneath this shared warmth lies a complex mosaic of regional identities. You quickly learn that this is a country of many nations within one. To travel from Madrid to Barcelona or from Bilbao to Seville is to encounter distinct languages, laws, and customs. In Catalonia, you hear the melodic tones of Catalan spoken in the shops and offices. In the rugged valleys of the north, you encounter the mysterious Basque language, Euskera, which has no known relation to any other tongue on earth. This linguistic and cultural diversity is protected by a highly decentralized system of autonomous communities, allowing regions to govern their own affairs while remaining part of the larger national framework. Yet daily life is also shaped by modern realities. Over the past half-century, the society has undergone a quiet revolution, transforming from a traditional, agrarian, and deeply conservative nation into one of the most socially progressive, secular, and urbanized societies in Europe. You see this contrast in the countryside, where ancient, half-abandoned stone villages stand in the shadow of vast wind farms and cutting-edge solar arrays. The young generation, highly educated, but facing the economic challenges of a globalized world, navigates a landscape where high-tech innovation and high-speed rail systems coexist with high unemployment and the slow, traditional practices of their ancestors. It is a resilient population, one that has learned through historical hardship that when times are tough, you lean closer to your family, your neighbors, and the simple pleasures of a shared meal. Your journey through these monuments begins in the south, at the Alhambra of Granada, standing quietly against the backdrop of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Walking through its quiet courtyards, you listen to the gentle murmur of running water, a design element used by its Moorish creators to evoke a paradise on earth. The intricate, lace-like plasterwork on the walls seems too delicate to have survived the collapse of empires, yet it stands as a testament to a highly sophisticated civilization that valued beauty, science, and poetry. In Seville, you look up at the Giralda Bell Tower, which once served as a minaret before being crowned with a Christian belfry, a visual metaphor for the layers of faith that have claimed this soil. And in Barcelona, you stand in the shadow of the Sagrada Familia, Antoni Gaudi's unfinished masterpiece. Its organic, tree-like stone pillars and brilliant stained glass windows feel less like a traditional cathedral and more like a living forest of stone, representing the creative, daring spirit of the modern era. Yet these landmarks also hold darker memories. You reflect on the heavy, sombre stone of El Escorial, the monastery palace from which King Philip II ruled, an empire upon which the sun never set. You think of the internal conflicts of the 20th century, the scars of a devastating civil war and decades of dictatorship that divided families and silenced voices. As you visit these sites, you realize they are not monuments to a perfect past, but markers of a long, dramatic struggle to define who the people of this land truly are. They are structures of stone that have witnessed the rise and fall of global empires, the pain of division, and the triumphant return of a vibrant, modern democracy. As your journey draws to a close, you find yourself sitting on a stone wall overlooking a valley as the last golden light of evening fades from the hills. You realize that this land has a unique way of staying with you long after you leave its borders. It is a place that teaches you the value of patience, the beauty of contrast, and the strength of resilience. Here, the past is not forgotten, nor is the future feared. Instead, they are invited to sit at the same table, sharing the same space, creating a culture that is both ancient and remarkably alive. You have walked through its forests, crossed its dry plains, tasted its sun-drenched fruits, and listened to the complex, beautiful stories of its people. And in doing so, you have found a piece of yourself left behind in the dust and the sea breeze. Would you ever choose to experience a place like this for yourself, to walk its quiet paths and listen to its ancient stone? Which part of this journey spoke to you the most, the quiet courtyards of the south or the misty forests of the north? What destination has changed the way you see the world, teaching you to slow down and appreciate the passing of time? If you enjoyed traveling with me through this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know where our next adventure should take us. Until then, keep seeking the deeper stories behind the places you go and travel gently.